Hey folks, it's Travis here from Thorium Sailing, and I am up late. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm trying to just get ahead of a little project that has been on my mind for a little while here. I've mentioned this before, but I've got a bunch of different sailboats. I've had kit that's built up over the years, and it's come the time that I got to figure out, hey, what's staying, what's going, what am I going to keep on this 18-foot Windrose. And yeah, for 2022, I've got a fun little problem that I'm going to try to solve, which is the last couple years, I've gone out for day sails. I have not yet gone out for an overnight. And you can see some of this new kit that I've got. I actually bought back in the spring of 2020, fall of 2019, in anticipation of going on a little more than a 2-week trip down the Chesapeake Bay on a little bit of time I was going to have off, and then the whole pandemic happened. But I've got a trick that I'm trying to get to, which is all of the kitchen gear, galley gear that I've got has to get sorted out and figured out what's going to fit in two of these, I think it's Hydex, HDX, whatever it is, the brand from Home Depot, yellow lids, black tubs, because that matches the color scheme of Panda Paw. And I've got those two little ones, as well as one bigger one, and I've been debating back and forth. Do I want one chuck box, or do I really want two things that I can kind of sort out in between? So yeah, in the midst of everything, I'm going to start over here on the left side. You can see I've got a couple bottles of butane, because I've got this really nice stainless steel mini gas stove that is the regular cooker for the boat, and the idea being that this can be set on top of one of the lids, and going to make a little jig so that I can, or a little fitting that I can maybe get it to snug up in there. So I've got a couple bottles of butane. I'll probably only carry one with me unless I'm going out on a cruise for an extended period of time. Got some bottles there for my lamp oil. I have a couple of brass lamps that take regular lamp oil, and I like to keep them in small bottles like that are easy. Those are aluminum or I don't know, some kind of alloy, whatever, that were drinking bottles that I've cleaned out long since. So something that I'm still trying to debate. I've got two of these little thermoses. I've got this one here as well, I suppose, that I've got a French, or a coffee press, big style that I can put on board, that if I wanted to brew up a lot of coffee, I could just keep it in that. Or frankly, I've got a bunch of thermoses that I bring with me to work, or other stuff, and I happen to have those. I'm going to see if I can make something work, or what I might want to keep in there when I'm on the go. Is it olive oil? Is it something that is normally in a glass bottle, that if I can keep it in a little thermos like that, it'll keep pretty well. I normally keep some dish soap and some wipes, and I'm going to see, I don't know if I'm going to keep those containers. Maybe that's the purpose of the thermos, is to put your dish soap into. But I had those from old kit. The little tray here is something that I picked up from my mom years ago when we were helping to inventory my grandma's house. And there's just some odds and end utensils, little peeler and knives and an apple slicer and some measuring accoutrements and some spices. And I don't know what I might keep out of that, what I might not worry about. I'm not dying for spices, but I figure, you know what, if you got it on board and you can use it, it's not the worst thing in the world. I've got a pile of old Cuisinart knives and scissors from ages past, and every time I look at them, I think, just get rid of them. I'd rather have two, one small paring knife and one good knife than kind of questionable kit that's going to rust and is just going to keep going. But whatever, it was in a box somewhere. And then I've got a spatula and, of course, the potato masher here. That's going to come in real handy. I have no idea for what, but it was a really nice one at the time, so I thought I'd just hold on to it. As I work my way back, got a little bamboo cutting board, trying to decide if I'm going to keep that and clean it up, or if I'm going to keep one of my plastic ones that I've got. That can of coffee beans is probably circa 5 years ago, so that will go, but the can might stay. It's actually done okay. I hold on to these Talenti ice cream cups for all kinds of purposes around here in the shop, and get a lot of use out of them. Back in 2019, I was on a National Outdoor Leadership School expedition, and one of the guys that we were out with, the instructor, his challenge to himself on our trip in the Canyonlands of Utah was to see if he could use a Talenti cup as his go-to cooking bowl or eating bowl for the whole trip. And he had a little cut-down spoon that he used with it. So, and it worked out pretty good for him. So I appreciated those guys. They were always out there for a little challenge about what could they do next. This little index box I use to keep tea and some condiments. Again, all of these are probably long since gone, but it's an easy way to just keep a couple things on hand for spicing up food. Got a couple towels. God bless my family. I love them. But every Christmas, I usually get a couple stocking stuffers of various kinds. This case here, it was a matching towel and oven mitt set. Home is where you drop your anchor, which is clearly a very nautically themed, appropriate thing to put on a boat. And, it is necessary, so I'm glad I've got them. But, this was a case of, it's going to find a good home on the boat. So, and then I think this is a mitt that I had from a couple years back, too, that, I don't know. If I can find the room for it, I'll keep both of them. Got a little cigar box here, inside of which is some wine glasses in bubble wrap, just in case one a little bubbly. And I don't know. We'll see. I've got some stainless steel wine glasses too for whenever I want to drink out of that. Or more importantly, I got a little cup here if I really want to drink. So I'm not too picky about it. A set of plastic plates and bowls that you're good for having meals when you're sitting at anchor and not moving around too badly. This particular set of camping cups I got from, I think this one I got from Walmart. It's the Ozark line. But then this is a little Starbucks espresso cup that I picked up a couple years ago, and it's kind of fun to have for camping and pretty durable. Then for the fun stuff, so I can't remember. I probably got this coffee maker, years ago on a boat. And I was just looking through the boxes of stuff that I had. I've got a kettle. I have an old set of copper-bottomed camping cookware. And then I had this. And I thought, you know what? I really do enjoy coffee. Why don't I take that out, give it a test a couple times, and see what happens with it. See how bad it is, how awful it is. I've got an AeroPress that I use for the most part, almost exclusively when I'm out camping. But I thought about it. I drink a lot of coffee, and instead of doing it one cup at a time with a bunch of boiling water that you got to heat up, I could actually do a couple cups in that, throw it into the thermos, throw it into the carafe, and be in pretty good shape. And then this was my fun find a little bit ago. I've got a set of pot handles here that grip onto your pots for easy access. But this is a set from Stanley of cookware, and there's a couple things in here. Again, there's a little cutting board. I might just hold on to that instead of the bamboo. And then we've got, it's all nested cookware and such. But what do we got? Got another pot, and inside, sorry folks, of this pot is not another pot, but some little lids so that you can pour safely. And then there's, that's right, it's a fold together spatula and ladle. And then I forgot, this even has its own set of bowls so that you can eat out of these. So maybe, there we go. So I got 2 bowls, 2 little covers, the cutting board, a spatula ladle combo, and then 2 cook pots that all kind of go together. This guy here is helpful too. If you don't grab the handle, I can just kind of do something like that, or I can grab a pot lid if I need to and hold on to it. But yeah, so that's my little cooking setup. And goal is going to be to kind of make up a little inventory, see what I got, see what I don't got, work through a couple meals for my time underway, and figure out, hey, what would I really need to have that meal effectively? Is there something else for prep that I needed? Is there something for serving that I would need? And maybe start off with kind of the de minimis set of stuff and then go from there. Because you don't need a ton, but I can appreciate having some variety every once in a while. And using what you got. So thankfully had a lot of experience on the camping front. This particular boat is more or less kind of glamping, so we'll see what we can make of it. But looking forward to an exciting season. Looking forward to seeing what I can make with all this, seeing how bad that coffee is. And stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next episode.